and verse 3. Go ahead, brother.
All the while my breath is in me, and the Spirit of God is in my nostrils.
Wait a minute. Job said what? All the while my breath is in me, and the Spirit of God is where?
In my nostrils.
In my nostrils. You mean the Spirit of God's in his nostrils? So is that little person that don't really die up in his nose?
No, brother.
No, that's the breath. We saw what the Lord breathed in Adam's nostrils, didn't we? What he breathed in Adam's nostrils? The breath of life. You know what it's called? The Spirit as well. That's all it is. So in other words, as long as you breathe in the breath of life, or you got the Spirit in your nostrils, you living. That's why Job said, all the while my breath is in me, and he reiterated, the Spirit of God is in my nostrils. In other words, the only thing Job said, as long as I'm breathing, as long as I'm living, what? Finish that.
All the while my breath is in me, and the Spirit of God is in my nostrils. My lips shall not speak wickedness, nor my tongue utter deceit.
See, that's all Job saying. He said, look, as long as I'm breathing, as long as I got the Spirit in my nose, I'm going to keep my focus on the Lord. I ain't going to lose my integrity. My lips not going to speak wickedness. I'm not going to dwell on evil. That's all he said. But he's making a point as long as he's alive, but he told you the Spirit of God's in his mouth. See, this is what God take from him. So this is the Spirit that go back to God, brothers and sisters. It's not like it's a little person inside of you that leave and float up and you sitting in heaven with God. No, I'll tell you where you sitting at. You sitting in the dust. Where they buried you, because he said, from dust thou art, and unto dust shalt thou return. And you're going to have to sit there until such a time as the resurrection. That's what this is all about. Don't get it twisted. Let's go a little further. Let's go to James, the 2nd chapter. You can prove this in the New Testament. All over the Bible. James, the 2nd chapter. We're going to read one verse. Verse 26. James 2 and verse 26. Okay, go ahead.
For as the body is without the Spirit is dead, so faith without works is dead also.
See, you got to have some works to go with your faith. We're not talking about that today, but that's clear. Faith without works is dead, brothers and sisters. So you can't just say, I got faith in Jesus and don't do nothing. No, you got to be obedient. But still, the lesson we're dealing with today is the other end of that verse. He says, so as the body without the Spirit is dead. Now, what spirit is that? That's nothing but the breath that's in your nose, the Spirit that's in your nostrils. That's what make the body die, brothers and sisters. That's why God take it back, because he breathed into your nostrils the breath of life when you was born. And in order for you to die, he take it back. That go back to God. You go to the dust and you have to stay in the dust. Let's go further. Let's make sure. Ecclesiastes 9th chapter. Because we want to think that some kind of way death is not really death. That some kind of way magically we end up with the Lord at death. Look, you got to go along with God's will. God's will, since man sinned, I'm going to show you God's will is that man die and go to the grave. And you got to wait there until the end. Then he'll resurrect you. Then you got to have judgment day. What happened to judgment day if you automatically went to heaven and went to hell when you die? Wouldn't be no need for judgment day because you already went to heaven or went to hell.
That's right.
See, just reason a little bit. Ecclesiastes 9 and verse 3. Go ahead.
This is an evil among all things that are done under the sun.
See, you can't make death pretty. That's what he's telling you here. Death is an evil. Don't try to dress it up. Don't try to put no suit on death and make it nice and pretty. No, death is evil. Face reality. It wasn't meant to be until Adam disobeyed. This is an evil among all things done under the sun. What is it? Go ahead.
That there is one event unto all. Yea, also the heart of the Son of Man is full of evil, and madness is in their heart while they live. And after that, they go to the dead.
After that, they go to the dead. This is it. Go ahead.
For to him that is joined to all the living, there is hope. For a living dog is better than a dead lion.
Oh, if you living, you got some hope. But a living dog is better than a dead lion. Don't sound like death is nothing to be having a nice homegoing service about, is it? No, it's sad. We have to get on with life, but we can't put a pretty spin on it, brothers and sisters. We got to face reality. Death is death. Go ahead.
Verse 5, for the living know that they shall die.
See, a lot of people think, I'm sorry, finish that verse. Go ahead.
But the dead know not anything. Neither have they any more reward, for the memory of them is forgotten.
See, now a lot of people think when somebody die, they up in heaven smiling down. They looking down on people and they watching what's going on. They know what's going on. No, the Bible begs to differ. The Bible says, for the living know that they shall die, but the dead know not anything. Neither do they have anything to do with what's happening in this world under the sun. Go ahead, verse 6.
Also their love, their hatred, and their envy is now perished. Neither have they any more portion forever in anything that is done under the sun.
See, everything is gone about them for the time being until such a time as the resurrection. Go ahead, skip down to verse 9, and let's see. He's going to clarify one more time. Go ahead.
Verse 10.
Yeah, verse 10. I'm sorry. Yep.
Whosoever thy hand findeth to do, do it with thy might. For there is no work, nor device, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in the grave where thou goest.
You see what he said? He said, look, do it while you're living. Do good while you live. Whatsoever your hand findeth to do, do it with all your might. Why? He said, for there is no work, nor device, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in the grave whither thou goest. And that's whither you going. Because death is death. We don't get the spin that we get at the average funeral that you floated and went up somewhere else, do we? Believe the Bible.
That's right.
But now we're going to get into the resurrection. Let's go to Job, the 14th chapter. Job, the 14th chapter. Because the title is Death is Death. The resurrection is life. Job 14. And we're going to pick it up at verse 1. Job 14 and 1. Okay, go ahead.
Man that is born of a woman is a few days and full of trouble.
Now, life is hard, like he told Adam when he sinned. From the sweat of your brow, you're going to eat bread. Go ahead.
He cometh forth like a flower and is cut down. He fleeth also as a shadow and continues not.
See, he ended up dying. But skip down to verse 21. Let's see what he know when he dead. Let's see if he's smiling down or if he's trying to chase you around because he hunting you. Let's see, verse 21.
His sons come to honor him, and he knoweth it not.
See, his sons can come to honor. He don't know it, or they can be in trouble. When you die, you don't know what's happening after you. Your sons can become president of the world, and you won't even know it. You still be dead because the dead don't know nothing.
That's right.
He's not smiling down. His sons come to honor. He know it not. But when they brought low, he don't know that either. So when they get shot in the street, when they end up in jail, at least they not agonizing or, like you say, turning over in the grave. First of all, I thought they was up in heaven. Right. But when something bad happened, you saw they turned over in the grave. Where you going to leave them at? Either they in heaven or they in the grave. Yeah, they in the grave and they ain't even turning over because they don't know nothing. Go ahead.
And they are brought low, but he perceived it not of them.
He don't know about it. Go ahead.
But his flesh upon him shall have pain, and his soul with them shall mourn.
See, you rotten inside and out. That's what's happening to you. But back up to verse 10, and we're going to see what happened after death. That's what we want to get to, the resurrection. Go ahead.
But a man dieth and wasted away. Yea, man give up the ghost. And where is he? As the waters fell from the sea, and the flood decayeth and drieth up. So a man lieth down and rises not, till the heavens be no more.
See, just like the water disappeared when it then flooded, it disappeared. You don't even know where it go. Go back to the sea and start over again. He says, so man lieth down and riseth not till the heavens be no more. It'll be all over before man rise. Go ahead.
So the man lieth down and riseth not till the heavens be no more. They shall not awake, nor be raised out of their sleep.
You want to wake out of this one. This is sleep. You're not going to wake up to the end, till the Lord wake you up. You ain't going to wake up like the next morning. You didn't float and go nowhere either. Go ahead.
Oh, that thou wouldest hide me in the grave, or that thou wouldest keep me secret until thy wrath be past, that thou wouldest appoint me a set time and remember me.
See, Job said, look, just appoint me a set time and remember me. Job knew what was going to happen. Go ahead.
If a man die, shall he live again?
That's the question. If a man die, because you going to die if you don't live till Jesus come. Now, that's another part. But if a man die, shall he live again? What's the answer?
All the days of my appointed time will I wait till change comes.
See, you got to wait till your change comes. That's what the Lord telling you. He said, all the days of my appointed time will I wait till my change comes. See, we don't want to wait. We don't want to make like death is death, but it is. Now, let's go further. Let's go, did he tell you a little bit more, but let's go to John, the 5th chapter. John, the 5th chapter.